Alrighty, guys and gals, welcome back to the Ironman Challenge.
Hi there.
There she is. That's Susie. This is our current contender for this challenge. The rules of the challenge should be fading up over there on the screen for you. This episode, we are at Gromgal Base Camp, and we're going to take a run back to the Hunter's Camp over here. Old Nessingwary and the Animal Killers. Sounds like a band. Nessingwary and the Animal Killers. We're going to go check in, even though we've checked in. We're going to go discover it because we picked up a quest for it. Easy XP, and then we're going to head up this way, up to this little plateau up here, and we'll be slaying some raptors and some panthers, I do believe. Hope you guys and gals are doing well today. Hope you're having a good day. If you're not, maybe that's why you're here, because I'm awesome. No, maybe I'll cheer you up somehow, some way. Who knows? If it helps, I'm not wearing pants. Gross! I'm leaving. No, I am wearing pants. But there's a thong under the pants. Gross! It's got a Murloc on the front. Yeah, everybody knows I love Murlocs. It's something I've never even shared about my personal life. I hate Murlocs in the game, but I have a big fetish for thongs with Murloc print. So stupid. All right. Everybody get that image out of your head. Yeah. I thought I passed where I needed to go. Let's get some buffs going here. Just had a, it's about an hour ago now, but man, my adrenaline was through the roof on the way back from the gym. It's basically the busiest intersection in Silver City. Silver City is a fairly small town, but I was waiting at the light coming out from the gym, and I could see, like, through the intersection in the road, and the road's kind of crested, but I could just see sticking up. Well, I didn't actually know what it was. It turns out it was a giant piece of concrete. Well, when I say giant, I mean, it was like this big. It was large enough to where if you hit it with your car, it was going to do major damage. Like, it was definitely screw up. Bumpers today are not really a thing. They're just plastic. You know, it would have definitely destroyed the front of the car, and if they were going fast enough, probably would have rolled over it, popped a hole in the radiator, oil pan, who knows. So anyway, I'm a good dude. I pulled the car over to the shoulder, put on the flashers, and it wasn't like it was super, super busy, but, you know, I had to wait for a couple of cars to go around it, and I just kind of ran over to pick it up, and I knew it was going to be heavy, but it was even heavier than I was expecting. So I had to do like a strongman pose, right? Brace the knees, straighten the back, lift with the legs. So I've got this fucking thing in my hand, and I'm walking it to the median. There's it's a 4-lane road, and in between there's like this dirt and rock medium. I was just going to carry it there and set it down. As I'm halfway there, I hear behind me, "You need to get the fuck out of the road," right? I nearly dropped the rock, and I was just going to turn around and make a beeline to whoever this dickhead was. I finished moving the thing, dropped it, and I turned around and looked at this dude. It was some asshole in this big giant 4x4 with his window down, like hanging out of his truck at me. So, dude, this is kind of how I am, and I'm not proud of it. But I just immediately see red. I was going to have, at the very least, words with this dude. So as I'm on my way over, I hear from the other side of his truck. It was a cop. I didn't know it was a cop at the time, but he was on the other side. I think somebody had called him to come look at it. Or I don't know. Maybe he saw what I was doing. But he goes, "You need to shut the fuck up and move on." And I didn't know who it was. I thought it was actually like the passenger. And I was like, shit, I'm going to have to deal with like 2 guys. But it was a cop. And the cop works out at my gym. I mean, I don't know the guy, but I've seen him in there. It was beautiful, man. So the guy saw what I was doing. He didn't know what I was doing. And he just kind of put his hands up. I'm, sorry. But man, my adrenaline was through the roof, like shaky. I was so shaky, and I'm literally just stopped shaking like 15 minutes ago. I don't know if you're somebody who experiences reactions like that. It's fight or flight, and that's what happens to you with your adrenaline. And so for me, I get real shaky. It took a long time to calm down and catch my breath. But anyway, I talked to the cop a little bit, and he's like, appreciate you doing that, and I drove on. But anyway, that's the story there. But I had to kind of calm myself down here for the last hour before I started recording.
Most impressive. I believe you are almost ready.
Yeah, I've been told that by the ladies quite a few times.
Here is the final challenge that I will put forth. We've been tracking an elusive tiger for weeks.
I'm so sorry.
We call the beast Sindal. See if you can do what no person has done before. Hunt down and kill Sindal. Bring me her paw as proof of your accomplishment. Tracking her down will be no easy task.
Proof of what? What am I proving here? That I can just kill an animal? Wow, that's amazing.
Farewell.
Okay, we're at Sindal already for there. This is the Green Hills. We're going to be doing that. Let's check in
well
here.
Met.
How you doing, Jacquelina? It's kind of a cool name. I've got one page.
Be careful.
All right, I will be careful. Let's make our way. Making my way back to you, babe. Each and every day. That's right. All right, let's get warmed up here. Got a big old crocodile over there. Got some decent rested XP going. Oh, I forgot I changed that. I'm actually going to change that back. We hit level 34, and we trained up, got some new abilities. One of them is Scorch Rank 3. It's pretty decent. It really is. One of my lovely channel members, he turned me on to it. He hooked me up, first date and all that, with Scorch. I wasn't that impressed at first, but now things are different between us, me and Scorch. Scorch and I. He started with low mana like a boss. Yeah, these guys enrage, and it's not good, so I got to be careful. I'm chunking my health here. Good Lord. Wow. So mana shield was up, but I didn't start well. I was half mana, but something like this enrages. They do a ton of damage. And mana shield only absorbs 210 damage, so we're going to start taking the damage after that. Yeah. Do we need these? We actually do need them, but I really don't want to be fighting them. I'm gonna work my way over to the plateau back here. It's no sense of trying to like run around them. They'll usually just end up pulling them. Now the safer play is this, with that enrage up there. So we're just away from it. Yeah, that's a much safer play. I don't know what's going on with Susie, but apparently she's got a thing for troll sweat. I can't do anything about it. She just bottles it up, keeps it on her for later, I guess. To each their own. Yeah, I actually cut my, got a couple of pretty good scratches and cuts on the forearms. Or not the forearms, well, the underside of the forearms. It's really nothing new for me. What do you mean by that, Eric? Never mind, it doesn't matter. It's something I don't need to talk about on the channel, that's for sure. All right, there's a tusk. So Sindal is right up here. I think, isn't she right up there? Ooh, she's level 37, so we're not ready for that yet. But this is, she's non-elite. It's kind of like your intro to Tethys and then Bangladesh. And there's another one. I can never remember the name of it, though. Bangladesh is the ultimate challenge here, you know, for a solo player, quest or whatever. The nice thing about a mob that enrages like that, they're like slowed. They walk a lot slower. We are poisoned here. Okay, let's get into the Panthers. It's not good. Get an extra fireball on her. I really hate drinking after every single pull, but it's what the Ironman is on the mage. Being a little bit unhealthy today, and I went to the gym. I had a decent workout. I wasn't even in there for 20 minutes because I just had biceps to do. You gonna walk out of range? Of course you are. But I had a Walmart delivery last month, and they gave me just like an extra item. That happens sometimes, and they don't charge you for it. I mean, they're not supposed to. It was just a mix-up, but you can't send it back. You're not allowed to send stuff back, which for most people is probably a good thing. For me, it wasn't, because it was a 6-pack of Pepsi. Now, fortunately, it's 0 sugar Pepsi. And it's not like I never drink that stuff, but it is very rare that I'll drink shit like that. But I'm having one now. And it's so effing sweet. It's shocking, actually, how sweet it is. To me, it is shocking. It makes me wonder how because I used to drink soda. I drank it for, this is in the 90s, I was drinking. I would have like 1 a day, sometimes 2. Like, that's unthinkable for me these days, but, and that was just regular too, like with, you know, real sugar and crap in it. But because the artificial sweeteners that they're able to put in this, it's literally no difference as far as sweeteners go. I mean, to me, it's not. And some of them are actually worse for you than sugar, especially if you're somebody who's dealing with diabetes. You got to be careful about what artificial sweeteners you're using. But yeah, I took a sip of it. Just for me, it's like it would be like taking a shot of whiskey. It's just, I was like, Jesus. I wasn't ready for it. I'm not even kidding. I feel like even if it was half as sweet as it is, it would still be too sweet. I don't know if other countries, I'm sure they do. They have drinks like this as well, but it's here in the United States, sugar, they put sugar in everything that they can. It's kind of nuts. And that's the primary reason why obesity is out of control in this country. But anyway, the only reason I used to drink the soda, because I was working in Connecticut at this place called Colicum in East Hartford, Connecticut. We were building the plant, and the plant manager, he was a pretty cool dude. He was also my wrestling coach for a little while in Virginia, but there was a soda machine in there. He put a soda machine, and it was 25 cents. Like it was his soda machine. And at first they were free. But we had this one dude that most of us came up from Virginia. We all moved up from Virginia to build this plant. But we did hire a few people later in the build. We built this plant from the ground up. We hired this guy. He was a local in East Hartford. And this dude, he worked night shift. And he would just empty the machine. He would just take them all home. And Bruce found out about it. Bruce was my boss. And I was a supervisor. Well, I actually wasn't a supervisor yet, but he's like, he called me in the office. He's like, I need you to talk to Jim or whatever the guy's name was. So I had to go say, hey, man, I don't remember what I said, but I was probably a smart ass about it. And at first he tried to deny it and shit, but, people had seen him doing it, including myself. He would fill up like this duffel bag. He would just put the duffel bag at the bottom of the machine and just press the buttons. So Bruce said it 25 cents. But anyway, it's really the only reason I would drink them, because they were right there. And that's kind of a thing. That's why I don't keep junk food in my house. Because if it's in here, I'll probably eat it. Because I do get cravings every once in a while. I've got healthy things in here. I've got like healthy snacks, nuts and different types of nuts and like D's. Like cashews and things like that. I have plain popcorn, which is not easy to find. I don't know what's going on with popcorn. Oh my God. It's either triple butter, double butter. It's like insane with the butter. I like extra butter lover, butter fetish, all these different. It's like, is there just popcorn? No, bro. You're going to want butter on that, aren't you? I'm not. I just want plain, man. I mean, a little butter. Like, that's cool. Triple extra butter. Like, Jesus. My energy's a little bit weird right now because of the, all the adrenaline stuff that was going on. I thought I was going to get into a fight. But I don't want to. I don't want to get into any more fights in my life. I'm done with that. I've been in hundreds of fights between MMA fighting and then just like street fucking fights. As a matter of fact, I got fired from my job at a Colikim because I beat the shit out of 2 people at one night and was working on a 3rd dude. Like that's how effing crazy I was. And they were friends. But one of them was a friend of mine. He was a good friend. And I don't feel good about it. I later like apologized and all that. I was drunk. Man. But anyway. Something I'm not really able to work my... it's hard for me to... In fact, I would say nearly impossible. I'm not even kidding. I've probably only twice out of as many fights as I've ever been in, I didn't get into a fight because I was able to just kind of calm down a little bit, which is rare. But it's dangerous. You never know. You know, people have guns and shit these days. Like, it's not a good idea. Not only that, it's just terrible hurting somebody. It's not something that's easy to live with. And that's why I stopped MMA fighting. Oh my gosh, this is a good drop, a good chance to get this Enduring Cap. Yeah, we've picked this up more than once out here. I mean, it's leather, and you can see it's got a shit ton of intellect. This would be good for Shaman, I believe. But yeah, it's not the best, but you might be able to sell it. I don't even watch UFC anymore. I can't. It's just too brutal. I don't like to see human beings purposely trying to hurt each other. But I said this before, like, I like watching the Olympics when they do martial arts tournaments and things. It's completely different. It's a point-based system. It's controlled. There's no shit-talking. People are bowing to each other. It's respectful. There's none of that in UFC. Not that I've ever seen. Yes, I don't watch anymore. Let's change the subject here. I think I've got 2 more Panthers. So we'll finish up these Raptors, and then we'll backtrack and get the last 2 Panthers. And it'll be a decent little amount of XP for us here. Anyway, now I feel weird and awkward. Like I usually do when I feel like I've said something stupid or whatever. Let's go get this Panther. Let me have a sip of this sugar-free drink here. Fucking hell. It's shit. I do use a sweetener in some of my teas. I don't really drink coffee anymore. If I drink coffee, it will be in the wintertime. But I'm pretty sensitive. It has to be really mild coffee. But I use monk fruit. It's a natural sweetener. A lot of people don't like it, but you know, this is the thing about eating and trying to eat better. It's sometimes you have to get out of the mindset of, ooh, I don't like it, right? Because it's not sweet enough. Like it's taken me years of training to train myself to think of junk food as like something bad for me. But now I kind of have that association. It's the same thing that's happening right now when I drink, when I'm drinking this drink that's overly sweet. I'm like, ugh, give me some water, right? It's not easy to do.
Done.
But monk fruit, you know, like I said, it's pretty healthy, and it's the healthiest. I think it's probably the healthiest natural sweetener you can use. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I just use a little bit just to, you know, because I can't really drink, especially coffee. I can't drink black coffee. That's hard for me to do. Tea, I can drink tea just plain, but, you know, sometimes I want a little something, something. You know what I mean? We know what you mean, E. A little something, something. But if you've never tried monk fruit and you know, maybe trying to cut down on sugar, I would recommend giving it a try. It's a little bit more expensive, but, you know, I don't know. You can get it in different, you can get it in packets, or I have little, well, it's like sugar. It's like crystallized. That's what I use. Just use a little spoonful or something. But if you're somebody who's addicted to sugar, you probably wouldn't like it. But again, it's just something you kind of have to. It takes a lot of willpower to not eat crap if you're used to eating crap. It really does. I told this story before, but I've got a young cousin, and I stayed with them for a while. Stayed with my aunt. It's my aunt's grandchild, so it's my aunt's daughter's child, right? So, but this is when she was 13, 14. She would say stuff like, "I don't like water. Water is gross. I don't like the taste of water." And that's because all she drank was soda and sweet tea, and it showed. You know, unfortunately, but I tried to be kind of a cool uncle, or tried to have a different impact on them both. Two sisters. Those are my second cousins. But at that time, they would have been 13 and like 11 or something. So I was juicing a lot and stuff, and I was trying to, you know, just tell them, like, this is actually real food. Trying to teach them about, like, what macronutrients are versus micronutrients, and the benefits of green juice and juicing, and, you know, just eating healthier and drinking water. They were not into it. It's all about that taste for them. It's all about the instant sugary taste, which in their mind is food and makes it good. Kind of sucks because they're both overweight. I really don't like, I hate seeing children overweight. It really bothers me. You know, the parents are really overweight and the children are too. Like, I'm talking about young children. I don't think anybody likes to see that. And I'm not, you know, I'm not on my podium preaching, but I just feel like as an adult, you're making a decision about what you eat, but your child, they're going to eat whatever you have them eat. And both of those kids I'm talking about, they grew up eating McDonald's and Taco Bell and Pizza Hut and just shit like that all the time. So,
well done.
In their mind, that's what food is, you know? It's the opposite of food. But it used to, you know, it did used to make me upset because they didn't have a say, you know? Toddlers don't have a job. They don't have any money. They can't make decisions about what they eat. And you got parents taking their kids to McDonald's. It's like, fuck, man. Come on. All right, I'm probably pissing people off left and right. That's not my intention. Oh my God. Be careful here. There is a roaming patrol that comes through here. I thought I was running out this way. Yeah, be careful heading out that way. We may as well see if we can finish up the Blood Scalp tusks. If we can. And this would be a decent little amount of XP. Those shamans have Fire Nova. I'm going to try to avoid the shamans at all costs because those Fire Novas do a ton of damage if you're in melee range of them. I think it's like this, you know, I don't know what it is exactly, but it almost feels like it might be a totem that does the damage. I don't know. All I know is I don't really want to deal with it. I'm going to try to keep them ranged or, you know, put Frost Nova up on them if we have to deal with one or two. So he's enraged. And he poisons. Bad News Bears. Bad News Bears. I think that movie was like 77, 78. Something like that. Maybe later than that. I saw that when I was a kid. Walter Matthau is in it. It's an interesting movie, that's for sure. I remember this character, Lucas, that was in it. Kid was like... Right. I don't know where that mob came from, but we need to go. That freaked me out. I don't even want to finish that mob off. I just want to go. Actually... Of course, he turned around. He reset. No, it's him. What is this one? The other one reset. Okay, a lot of panicking just happened right there. Panicking. Panicking? Yes. Where did this mob come from? Like, I came through here. I wonder if he, like, respawned or something? Usually won't happen unless somebody else is in the area. And there could be somebody, because they're all tied together. These ones down on the beach. So maybe that's what happened right there. But I wasn't ready for that. Anyway, there's a lot of cussing by the kids in that movie. Walter Matthau plays a drunk. Jesus. What exists here? Okay. Not digging this quest at all. Might wait on this quest. Pretty hairy. Let's go turn in these two things. It's not a good drop rate on these anyway. It's a pretty funny movie, though. It's probably completely inappropriate for this day and age. I mean, that's most movies. It's a lot of movies from the past. You can't get away. It's not about getting away with something, but the sense of what they call... What am I trying to say here? Things that would be humorous back then would be completely offensive these days.
Perfectly executed, adventurer.
Some of it understandably, for sure.
Now the hard part. A true panther hunter can show skill by dropping Shadowmaw panthers, the deadliest in Stranglethorn. Prove to us that you can slay 10 of these beasts. If you think they are hard to track, wait until you attempt to slay one.
Nicely done, milady! Now let's step up the challenge and see if you're up to it. Venture into the jungle and bag yourself 10 of those bloody lashtail raptors. Let's see what you've got.
Okay. Milady? What does he say if you're a male character standing here? Malad or something?
Greetings.
How you doing? Look at this. Wicked Claws. These things are a good source of money. That's 5 silver right there. Holy crap, 7 silver for the smooth raptor skin. Oh, okay. Never mind. I've got characters confused. I don't know why I'm thinking I was on the dwarf. We're not. Get rid of that. We just get rid of both of those. I don't know if it's... Do I try to sell this? I don't know if it would sell. It's not a bad vendor price. I don't feel like it would sell. And anybody on this server, you know, they're still doing stuff. It's probably with alts or whatever. They've got all kinds of gold and whatever. So I'm just gonna, we'll just sell it. I don't know if that was a mistake.
Light bless you.
Maybe. We didn't pick up any other pages there. All right, we're closing in on 40 minutes. We're not really ready. I don't feel comfortable doing these blood scalps. We're not ready for Sindal. And I don't really feel ready for the Raptors either. Any of this stuff. So that means it's time for us to move on. We're going to fly to Booty Bay. I have a quest to turn in there. Let's hearth back to Gromgal. We'll fly to Booty Bay. And then we'll figure out what we're going to do for the coming episodes. We'll be back. Oh. The old keyboard turn. Hello there. Perfect. Wait. Where does this go?
Yo! Slip a little coin into the boss's hand and look what it gets you.
What am I
love
doing?
my job. Though, if I could find a way to get that little firecracker snark reassigned to this port, well, I can't imagine it any better. But I'm betting that you aren't here about my business practices. You're looking for the Zeppelin to Undercity, am I right? Well, that's great, because it docks right here behind me.
Shut
where would you
up!
like to...
What do you mean I don't know any flight points from here? I did not grab the flight point to Booty Bay. We were there, I just didn't go get it. Oh man, that sucks so much. All right, so what we're going to do... Okay, so one of these goes to Tearsfall Glades. I think the one that just left.
Slip a little coin into the boss's hand and look what it gets you.
Shh. You should shut your mouth.
Talk to me. Why you would want to leave these sunny shores and crystal blue waters, I have no idea.
Shh. Shut your mouth. Ogrimmar.
Hurry back!
I could just portal there. Yeah, I'll just portal. So what we have to do here is go to Ogrimmar, fly to Ratchet, take the boat from Ratchet to Booty Bay, and then I have to grab the flight point. I can't... Well, I can believe I didn't do it. I absolutely 100% can believe that didn't happen. Alrighty. We deal with it, is what we do. Hello.
You haven't lived until you've looked down on the world from the back of a Wind Rider.
All right. I'll take your word for it. Well, what we'll do is make this a little short episode here, because all I'm going to do is spend a little time. Like I said, we're flying to Ratchet. I'll take the boat. I'll grab the flight point, and then we'll probably start in Booty Bay next episode. I'm not sure. I have to figure out where I want to go on the character at this point based on the level. But that will do it for this one. Thank you for hanging out with us for a little bit today. Appreciate it. Take care. Susie and I will catch you in tomorrow's episode.
Goodbye.
Peace.